Hi, I'm Lena, and welcome to Super Data JP, the channel where we turn Japan's real estate and cost of living numbers into answers you can actually use. Every video here is built on verified government data, not opinions and not guesses. Whether you're planning to invest, relocate, or just curious what life in Japan really costs, you're in the right place. Let's get into today's numbers.
Permanent residency in Japan officially takes 10 straight years. But there's a legal fast track that gets some applicants there in just 1 year, and the difference between qualifying for the 3-year track and the 1-year track can come down to a single test score. This is the second video in our visa and residency series, after the business manager visa. Today it's the highly skilled professional visa, the points-based system built to fast-track exactly the kind of foreign talent Japan wants to keep. Start with the baseline everyone hears about. The standard path to permanent residency requires 10 continuous years in Japan, and at least 5 of those years must be under a working or resident status, not just any visa. And that baseline just got stricter. A revised permanent residency guideline took effect February 24, 2026, formally writing tax and pension compliance into the national interest requirement. Reviewers now scrutinize your full payment history, not just whether your balance is zero today. Against that backdrop, the highly skilled professional visa, HSP for short, runs on a completely different mechanism, a points system. Score enough points across a handful of categories, and the 10-year clock gets replaced entirely. HSP status splits into 3 tracks: advanced academic research, advanced specialized or technical work, engineers, specialists in humanities, international business, and advanced business management. We'll build our numbers around the technical track, since it covers the largest share of foreign professionals in Japan. The magic numbers are 70 and 80. Cross 70 points and you're inside the fast track. Cross 80, and the track gets even faster. Points come from education, professional experience, salary, age, and a list of bonus items, and they stack. Education: a bachelor's degree earns 10 points, a master's or professional doctorate earns 20, and a full doctorate earns 30. Holding 2 degrees in different fields adds a further 5-point bonus on top. Professional experience in your field: 5 points at 3+ years, 10 points at 5+ years, 15 points at 7+ years, and 20 points once you pass 10 years. Only experience directly relevant to your current work counts. Salary and age are linked by design. The system rewards young, well-paid talent specifically, so the same salary is worth more points the younger you are. A 7 million yen salary earns full points under 40, but the exact same salary earns 0 salary points once you're over 40. You'd need a materially higher income to compensate. Then come the bonus items: Japanese language ability, graduating from a Japanese university or a globally top-ranked one, relevant national qualifications, working in a government-designated growth field or innovation program. Several of these can be earned well after you've already started your career here. Here's where it stops being abstract. Take a realistic applicant, a 32-year-old engineer with a master's degree, 7 years of relevant experience, and a salary of 7 million yen, about $43,210. Master's degree, 20 points. 7 years of experience, 15 points. That's salary in the 30 to 34 age bracket, 25 points. Age bonus, 10 points. Add it up and you land at exactly 70 points. 70 points clears the 70-point bar, meaning this engineer already qualifies to apply for permanent residency after just 3 years in Japan, not 10. Now the twist: that same engineer studies for the JLPT and 2 Japanese proficiency test and passes it. That's worth 10 bonus points on its own. 70 plus 10 equals 80 points, over the 80-point line. One language exam just moved this person from a 3-year wait for permanent residency down to 1 single year, a 90% cut versus the standard 10-year path. And permanent residency speed isn't the only thing HSP status buys you. Clearing 70 points unlocks a specific bundle of privileges most other work visas don't offer at all. First, a uniform 5-year period of stay, the longest single grant available on any Japanese work visa, and it's the same 5 years regardless of your specific job title. Second, You can combine activities that are normally kept in separate visa categories. Research work alongside a business venture, for example, under one single status. Third, and this one matters a lot for couples, your spouse can work full-time in fields like research, education, engineering, or international services under a simplified permit, without having to separately meet the education or experience requirements those visas normally demand. Fourth, you can bring one parent, yours or your spouse's, to live with you, if your household income is at least 8 million yen and you're caring for a child under 7 or supporting a pregnancy. Fifth, at a household income of 10 million yen or more, you can bring in a foreign domestic worker, a benefit essentially unavailable on standard work visas. Sixth, priority processing. The official target is 10 days for a certificate of eligibility and just 5 days for in-country applications, versus a process that can otherwise stretch for months. There's a second tier too, HSP number 2, genuinely indefinite residence with no time limit. You need 3 years holding HSP number 1 while continuously maintaining at least 70 points. In exchange, almost all work restrictions disappear. One caution, HSP number 2 can be revoked if you go 6+ months without engaging in a qualifying activity. Indefinite doesn't mean unconditional. For very high earners, there's an even faster side door introduced in April 2023, J-Skip. It skips the points calculation entirely, clear a flat income threshold and you qualify directly. The bar is roughly 20 million yen, about $123,457, for research or technical roles with a master's degree or 10+ years of experience, or 40 million yen for management roles with 5+ years running a business. J-Skip holders upgrade to indefinite HSP 2 status in just 1 year instead of 3, can bring 2 domestic workers at a yen 30,000,000 yen household income with none of the usual family circumstance conditions, and get priority lanes at major airports. Here's the part almost nobody watching this has heard yet, the price of the standard path, the one HSP lets you skip, is about to change dramatically. An immigration law amendment passed on May 29, 2026 sets brand new statutory ceilings on visa fees. Permanent residency applications currently cost 10,000 yen, about $62. Under the government's own proposed figures, that becomes roughly 200,000 yen, 20 times today's fee. Ordinary status changes and renewals aren't spared either. A flat 6,000 yen becomes a tiered 10,000 yen to 75,000 yen. With legal ceilings as high as 300,000 yen and 100,000 yen respectively if authorities go further. Timing: this could take effect as early as October 2026, and must be finalized by March 31, 2027 at the latest under the law's own deadline. There is a hardship waiver for applicants who genuinely can't pay, but it's an exception, not the default. Put the two halves together and the incentive is blunt. The standard road to permanent residency is getting stricter and far more expensive at the exact same time a well-documented points application can cut the wait by up to 90%. This matters most for foreign engineers, researchers, and specialists who've never actually run their own points calculation, recent graduates weighing whether a JLPT test is worth the time, and anyone budgeting for a permanent residency filing in the next year or two. Before you assume you don't qualify, run your own numbers against education, experience, salary, and age, check which bonus items you could realistically add. A language test is often the fastest lever, and get an immigration specialist to verify your calculation if you're close to 70 or 80. Next in this series, what marrying a Japanese citizen actually means for your visa and property rights, and Japan's newer J-Find visa for job hunting after graduation. 10 years is the number everyone knows. 3 years, or even 1, is the number the points system actually offers qualifying applicants, and the gap between the two tracks can be as small as 1 exam. Quick recap: standard path 10 years, HSP at 70 points 3 years, HSP at 80 points 1 year, PR fee about to jump 20x to roughly 200,000 yen. That's what the highly skilled professional visa actually offers, not just a faster path, but a shrinking window before the standard route gets more expensive. Subscribe for the rest of this visa and residency series, and for more data-driven breakdowns of life and investing in Japan.
And that's today's breakdown. If you're serious about real estate or moving to Japan, Research like this is exactly what separates a smart decision from an expensive mistake. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive, and drop a comment if there's a city or word you want us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.